Two friends and myself decided to go on a 4-month trip overseas. We'd have 2 months in the US and then 2 months in Europe. We had a week in LA to begin with, then we went to Vegas. From there we hired a car, drove down to San Diego, and we planned to drive from there all the way up to Canada. It was a lot of fun. We were having a great time, meeting a lot of new people and seeing a lot of cool places. It's an amazing drive up Highway 1 there along the cliffs. So we're pretty excited driving into San Francisco. We heard what a great city it was. We got there pretty late in the afternoon. We booked into our hostel and we decided to go out on the town and see a few sights. One of the places we were at, I decided to go to the bathroom. On the way to the toilet, I was confronted by 6 men telling me to get out of their bar. I was being quite reserved and just saying, yeah, that's no problem, I'm happy to leave. And that's when I felt a king hit from the side. I was on the ground, I was unconscious, and I was being kicked. My friends were upstairs at the time. They looked down the stairs and saw that I was being assaulted on the floor. So they quickly ran down the stairs, luckily for me, and just got me out of there as quick as they could. We walked back to the hostel, and after a while my face started to really swell up and it was really quite painful. So I thought it'd be best to go to the hospital and get it checked out. I had my nose fractured on both sides, as well as my cheekbone was fractured and the bone underneath my eye was fractured as well. I was pretty shattered knowing that I was going to have surgery in a foreign country and that it had completely ruined our travel plans. I remember at the hospital I was repeatedly being asked, do you have insurance, do you have insurance? Luckily I had a card from Covermore in my wallet and I took that out and just kept showing that. I received the best treatment and I felt like I was a high priority. The next morning I woke up with no wallet, no phone, no clothes. I didn't know if my friends knew where I was, no way of contacting them. The surgeon who was going to be treating me came in and had a bit of a look at me. And yeah, he'd notified me that I'd be transferred to another hospital there in San Francisco. We managed to make contact with Covermore over the phone. Then Covermore sent in a representative from their company to get details from myself and my friends what had happened and also take photos of my injuries. I had 4 plates put in surrounding my eye socket and I had reconstructive surgery on my nose. I stayed in hospital for around 3 to 4 days following my surgery, and the surgeon on discharge came in and said I couldn't fly for another 2 weeks. We had planned to fly a week after the incident, so it really sort of threw a spanner in the works of our trip. Covermore reimbursed my friends for their accommodation expenses while we were stuck in San Francisco and also covered the flights that we missed. Once enough time had passed, I was given the all clear to continue travelling and I was able to enjoy the rest of my trip. From San Francisco we drove up to Canada for 2 weeks, then we flew to New York for about 10 days and then from there we went on to Europe for about 2 months. I'm really happy with the outcome of the surgery. I have no problems with my vision or my face. As far as I understand, my hospital bills were around about $100,000. I originally booked my flights through Student Flights in Belconnen in Canberra, and they suggested that I go with Covermore as my travel insurance. At first we didn't really think we were going to need our travel insurance. We thought maybe we'd go skiing in Switzerland or something like that. As far as I can remember, my travel insurance expenses totaled around $800, and it's the best $800 I've ever spent. It was a massive relief to have Covermore supporting me. I really have no idea what I would have done. I probably would have had to drop out of uni if I didn't have Covermore. If I ever travel again, I'll definitely be booking with Covermore.